Bentley, it's time to get to work.
What? Yeah, it snowed. Is it cold? Yeah, I know it's cold. You should get in your house.
Hi, I'm Larry from Way Out One. I've been reselling for over 30 years, and I've been reselling on eBay for over 20 years. I have an antique booth that I'm going to show you today. It's got a little Keystone Cops action showing how I set it up in September. And then I have a video of what it currently looks like. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks. The important things I learned from setting up the booth were I didn't have enough records. One box was not enough. I sold 4 records in the first 2 hours I was setting up the booth. I did not bring enough items to fill the booth. Most of the items I brought were from me looking through my inventory from the flood and realizing I had lots of stuff I was never going to try and sell on eBay. So the mall became a way to sell the material that I didn't really want to list on eBay. Now we have 2 boxes of records. We sell about a record a day. We have a large section that's rock, some soundtracks, some comedy records, and then just some odd and end different things. We did have some St. Louis related items in there. We have KC Classics, which is a big rock station in St. Louis. A little bit of R&B, Alice Cooper. Most of the records are priced between $3 and $5. We did sell a record for $25 and a few $10 records. Small country section in the back. I try to keep the records alphabetized, but that doesn't work out very well. We have a bunch of Disney prints in the booth currently, and we have the spinning rack. We picked this rack up at a estate sale for $10. It sits at the front of the booth. We're able to put a lot of variety of items on it. It's a good eye catcher for the people walking down the aisle. It shows a little diversity in the type of things that we have inside the booth, and hopefully it draws them in to look at the rest of the stuff we have inside the booth. Try to organize things by categories when we put things on the shelves. The bottom 2 shelves here have advertising items, M&Ms, Oreos, things like that. The shelf above it has cartoon items, Snoopy. Then there's a whole shelf full of Disney items. Disney items sell fairly well for us. Again, just more of the cartoon stuff down there. And then we have a lot of different types of Disney items. Coffee mugs, clocks, little figures, cookie jar. There's a few more Disney things that floated through the top here. I have a Flintstones set up. There's some Howdy Doody glasses, more glasses, and coffee cups. Top shelf, we try to have a section that's just St. Louis items. VP Fair, advertising from the Post-Dispatch, which is a newspaper, bands that are from St. Louis only, Cardinals items, local DJ, autobiography. And then in this top shelf over here, we try to put Star Wars, Star Trek, Indiana Jones type items, anything that's kind of action, adventure, science fiction. And then the shelf below that's more fantasy, Harry Potter, King Kong, Planet of the Apes. It's worked out pretty well. We sold a ton of stuff off those shelves. And we have a whole shelf dedicated to barware, mainly beer companies and shot glasses. So we have a couple shelves full of pig items. We have a large collection we've been selling. They seem to be selling pretty good at the mall. Bottom shelf has TV and movie books. We have a Western shelf over in this set of shelving units. John Wayne. Bottom shelf has some kids' books, fairy tales, things like that, vintage ones. Then we have a few shelves full of music items. We sell a lot of cassettes, not quite as many as we do records, but we sell pretty many. And then we sell a lot of music-related books. We've done really well with those. So far, I've sold no VHS, but those are all sealed VHS tapes that I have in there currently, and I'm hoping that will entice somebody. Top shelf has a few Kiss items on it and some Elvis stuff. That shelf had been all Elvis, and the shelf below it had a lot of Elvis. January was Elvis's birthday. Have some few more rock and roll posters hanging up, and then behind it we have just some different framed items that are kind of neat. Good graphics. This shelf has a bunch of older items on it. We just put all the vintage things in one section. Mainly glassware that I don't want to ship. The bottom shelf has a bunch of Coke items on it and some 7-Up soda beverage type items. This is another section where we put miscellaneous items. We have a little Raggedy Ann section going currently. We sold a couple dolls already from there. Teddy Ruxpin, we sold one of those also in January. There's a couple cameras down there in the bottom. There's a Coke calendar. Then on the wall we have some nice prints. This Robert Dosino is a famous print from World War II. This is a Empire Strikes Back Star Wars poster. This is the Golden Gate Bridge photograph. We have a section of superhero stuff, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, DC and Marvel stuff mainly. But also you put comic strip stuff in there. There's some Dennis the Menace. It's worked out pretty well for us using that shelf for that. Then this is a miscellaneous shelf. Dolls and some sports stuff kind of combined together. Then we have a bunch of coffee mugs and some racing glasses and a few more advertising items. And then the bottom shelves are more books. Bottom two shelves are more books. Just a variety of different types of books. We did have books with the spine showing, but showing the covers has really helped increase the sales so that somebody can see what type of books there are. I've been in the booth since September, and September, October were good months. It hit my goal, which is $20 a day in sales. November was down, I think, around 520 or something like that. In December, I hit my goal a little over 600, and in January, it was again down. I did a 440 in January. Some of my sales in January were 17 records, 17 glasses and mugs. Obviously, that takes up a bunch of space in my booth. Sold a bunch of science fiction related things. Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Terminator. Those type of items sold really well. And again, most of the items in my booth are priced from $2 to $5. I did have some $10 glasses that sold, a Battlestar Galactica game for $10 that was incomplete. I also sold a lot of John Wayne items in January. Some paper dolls, some books, things like that.
You had some watermelon? Who brought you watermelon? Was that some good stuff? Huh?
I'm putting this video out right before Valentine's Day, and I always try to put music in the description below, and the songs below are In Thee by Blue Oyster Cult and Geils Band Love Stinks. Both of these were songs that I heard on KSHE originally, which I mentioned before is a local St. Louis rock station. Particularly if you listen to them on Sundays, they do a thing called the KSHE Classics. That's a pretty neat radio show.